station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Pum, pum, pum. Pum, pum, pum. Imagine on David Coty wedding. On David Coty wedding, he just dropped the theme song. On a traditional wedding of David Coty, he just dropped the theme song. And guess what happens? People start to know they have. This is the TBS, folks. Good morning. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show on 96.1 megahertz on the afternoon. The True Breakfast Show, broadcasting 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, 365 days in a year. From Nima to Lofa, from Lofa to Grand Jida, from Grand Jida to Grand Kidman, from Kidman to Buffalo. Good morning, Good morning, Bombing. Good morning, Sino. Good morning, Maryland. Grandmaster, good morning. Hey, my hometown, Ashland, Montserrat. This is the TBS. The love of liberty matters, yeah. That justice be done for. New month, oh man. And the songwriter says, it's got to be God. 1,000 years, just like a day to God. We started January, and we're in a new month, November, a month to remember. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. We have to see every breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. 5.2 million, our population. On this day, 14 days to our runoff election. As a matter of fact, we have two consistent political parties that have been going into runoff. Yes, good morning to all of our members of the opposition, the ruling party. You wake up in the morning and people listening up to you. What is it on our plate to discuss? It is in our political party interest, or it is in the interest of the country. It's not easy to sit behind these microphones. But again, we try to do our possible best. Before I start this flight, Liberians want to encourage you on the 14th of November. Please go and vote. That's what I can say. Go on those days when talk show hosts, presenters will use the microphone and encourage you which way to go. Today, you see the media, we are not challenged. Journalists have been turned into political commentators. Most of you say partisan journalists. Like most of you can condemn the Liberian National Police, but when you look within the police, they have professionals within the police. Yes. On this note, I'd like to say good morning, President George. We are good morning to you, Ambassador Joseph Boyka. It's good that we respect our leaders. Within 14 days, George Weah, Joseph Boyka, George Weah. Both of them now are thinking. The thinking cap. Yes. Again, everyone's going to make the decision. After this event, this is just an event. And some of us will still remain as the journalists. I know what I'm talking. I've seen a lot of posts down on the social media. But some of us will still have our integrity. And this will live with us. The children we are born in will live with us for the rest of our life. Good morning to you, my co-host. Again, Maka is going through bereavement. You have to identify with him. Those of you who listen to Maka every morning, my co-host, he lost his brother on yesterday morning, 2 a.m. Please identify with him during his difficult time. You know, people say journalists don't sleep, we don't rest. You call us anytime. There are some private that will say no, take it to the police station and say no. The radio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even as far as lady will call, I'm not gonna call, and then she said no. They probably between my husband and myself, you gotta so I said no. They won't go to general ministry. He said no, you will make general ministry call them, man. You know, so we go through a lot of things. But in a Joseph Boyka voice, you don't know it all. Good morning to you, Ansu. Ansu, how you doing this morning?
Thank you, O'Neill. Very strong this morning. Went to bed. Sound waking up sound this morning, and beginning a new month. Plenty new things indeed. And Liberians again have 14 more days, and I wish again to make decision for this country, decision for their family, the future of their children indeed. So as we go through this time of election, especially in which we have to turn this country over, whether it's going to be a new government or whether it's continued. All we do, I would say that we pray that our people make the right decision. So, very good morning across Liberia, the Vera Bulldogs, indeed, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Sierra Leone, to our listeners across there. Always tune in at this time here to Truth FM, the Breakfast Show. I like to say a very good morning. Welcome again.
Yes, great. In the midst of all, I will say, I mean, country first. Wait, they will put this out, get married 10 years from now. Just because I say if you drop the team song, on his traditional wedding. Imagine the traditional wedding of the Poti. Who would be the best messer? Yes, let's recognize some of our followers on Facebook. You bring your data, watching us every morning. Yes, some of the comment when you read it, you say, wow, they put up writing and from here. Yes, but anyway.
So they don't have the time to call, though, so they just place everything right there in the comment section. Yeah. That way, they just place everything.
Yes. Yes, Austin Tapia, good morning. Say I'm following from Habiel. Yes, good morning to you, Austin. Smith Oslover, good morning. True Breakfast Show, Country Fresh. Yes, district number 3. Smith's a regular guy. Gamun Dolison says I'm following from Samuka Town in Caldwell. Good morning. I remember the last time I went to Samuka Town in Caldwell. I scored a hat trick again. Peter Ninswa, I want to feed that day. Okay. Yeah, Samuka Town. Yes. Senawan Yiman. Good morning, Truth FM family. Thanks for the good work you're doing. History will speak for itself. Elijah Colley following from Mangibi Kakatown. Yes. Gabriel Y. Williams says from Nizo. Yes, good morning to you, Gabriel. Kato Flomo, a very regular guy, says following from District 6, Condolence to Maka. Kato, good morning to you. Ato Memba. Ato is following from the Soul Clinic. Yes, good morning. Elias Mobile says, thanks so much for the breakfast show. Elias Virtue from District 5. Emmett Hammond. Yes, Emmett is a very regular guy. From the hometown of Senator James Emmanuel Nukwe. 14 days to the runoff. The man too can be counting. 14 days to the runoff. And by the way, let me just announce the ballot paper arrived yesterday through Ethiopia Airline. Yes, by 6 p.m. yesterday. Now we're not going to see 20 candidates. We have just 2. Joseph Boyka and George, we are on the ballot paper. So with this runoff, I don't anticipate a lot of invalid votes. No. Yeah, just 2 points on it. Yeah. And something again, their fingerprinting too can cause a lot of invalid votes.
Okay.
Yes, for our mothers, our fathers, wouldn't write, wouldn't read, but know the poor faces. When you go and vote, you just use the thumb. Instead of you waiting for it to dry, as you close it, it get marked for everything. Someone said that how Appleton got some votes. Anyway, yes, Abu Bakar Sharif, following from Claratown. Thank you so much. Following Japike. Good morning, live from Accra, Ghana. I said the following contestant in District 12. Okay, good morning to you. Lucini OK Gray from Bon Mines. When are you coming to Bon Mines? Yes, very soon. Prince Saki. It says from Broadville. Good morning. E. Thomas Livingstone Jr. Watching from Painesville. Good morning to you. I'm just going to do a 3. And the rest of you can give us a share. Melvin Sion, good morning from Banjo. I said the blue plastic challenge is not easy. 300, yeah, very interesting. Look, Samara, I think he did yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, Samara could have done that, man. Yeah, taking blue plastic
To the Senate.
to the Senate, the House of Senate. Yeah, just because they don't took a blue plastic to carry the tally sheets. So Liberians are in there, and the blue plastic challenge, the two parties now have done it. Dylan with the Unity Party, right?
Yeah.
Showing the tally sheet in the blue
In
plastic.
the blue plastic.
So Samara Wolo Colley, I guess it was under the instruction of Samuel Twe. He took the counter development forms, all of the records, and took it into a blue plastic. Samara, you see a new record. Anyway, Randolph Dogba the second. Good morning from the True Breakfast Show. Thanks so much for the show. Follow you every morning. Yes, following November 14, my anniversary. Go for it. Yes. The rest of you just give us a share, man. Yes, we can keep calling names upon
you know what happened on October 10th? It was some people's birthday.
October 10th. Okay, the family contestant in District 12.
Yeah, but they were there in the queue.
Okay. On your anniversary.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks so much. Let's give you the run-up what is coming up on the breakfast show this morning, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let me say good morning to the Board of Commission of the National Elections Commission. And due to all fairness, you know, most people can take me to be spokesperson of NEC. No, I'm not. But professionally, if opposition or some other group say we don't trust elections commission, then the media too can say we trust them. You get it?
Yeah.
Then what sort of country we'll be in? But NEC, elections commission. Today is the what? The 1st of November. 14 days to what? The runoff. Your temporary staff. If I show you the messages I've been receiving for this pay business or this tapping whatsoever. The people have work, and up to now, in the majority, in Monserrado here, due to all fairness, I'm trying to say this out. The people have work. You know what they're planning? Let me just say this out. Elections Commission, if you don't pay the temporary staffers, do we agree to go and work for the runoff? On election day in the runoff, that's when the protest will start. People will be in the queue and nobody will be allowed to vote. So to control the situation, you have the people mobile number. Please pay them. Please pay them. I'm tired of receiving calls. I'm tired of receiving text messages. Up to this morning I'm on. The text messages just coming back and forth. We have work. We have work. We have work. These are the same people Elections Commission hoping on to use on the 14th of November. 14th. Yes, on the 14th, Ansu. Please. Let us start receiving that alert. From today going.
I don't know why when people people obligated to people on you in terms of calling them and inform them, you know, this is what's happening. This is what we are preparing. This is what we are organizing. This is what we are putting together. For now, today's time here, we definitely really know to you people, but they just remain mute, and the time just keep closing. This situation is very serious.
It's a very serious. So please pay the people. You know, the joint security too.
Yeah,
I have to raise the issue. Moses Carter, call me and say yes. By Monday we'll start. And as I speak, those who provided us the security service during the election, they have been in the majority. They have been paid. But in the joint security before the 14th, that payment should be 100%. This goes to with the same temporary staffers at NEC. Today going, before we come on tomorrow is a national holiday. On the holiday, we want to announce that yes, the temporary staff of the Elections Commission has started to receive that pay. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. The person have worked. Great. Let's give the lineup, man.
I say pay the people.
Yeah, pay the people. Otherwise, else the protest that will be people will be accused. No voting, no it takes. Anyway, let's give the lineup. Surely we'll have our health tip with difficulty. Good that ballot people arrive. You see, when they make a good mark, we announce it. Ballot people arrived via Ethiopia Airline yesterday. Joseph Boyka, we are going to alphabetical orders now.
Okay.
Yeah. And B come before W, right? Yeah. So you see two people. Let me do small awareness. We don't want too many invalid votes. Those of you going to vote, just two faces or four in general will be on the ballot paper. The ballot sheet will be very short, right? Number one on the ballot paper is Joseph Boycott and Jeremiah Kuhn. So either use a finger thumb or use a check sign, or you can mark it with an X. That's a valid vote. Then on the same ballot paper, you have a male and a female, George Weah and Chief Dr. Joel Howard Tiller on the ballot paper. So you can either mark with a knock sign, with an X, or use a thumb.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. So Charlotte will have health tip with David Coty for 3 minutes. What David is going to be speaking of this morning, we'll find out health tip with him. Again, we'll say factors to be considered in the runoff election. Then I hope to speak with Cyprian Colley in Nima County. There's a huge tension building between the Unity Party and that of the CDC in Nima. Yes, we're just 14 days to our election. In the midst of all, I would say, country first. 8:15 this morning, I'm bringing two folks from the two political parties. District number 1 representative candidate Mary Donner, who contests on the CDC ticket, will be our first segment guest from 8:15 to 8:45. 8:45 this morning, former presidential candidate Sheikh Kuyate, I honestly has given his support to Ambassador Joseph Boycott. Why? We're asking Sheikh why. He used to be with the CDC, now he has leaned to Joseph Boycott way. So it's a two-way thing. All right, so Mary Donner on the first segment, Sheikh Kuyate on the second segment, 8:45 to 9:20. We'll bring his post commercial. Then 9:30, I've noticed these women normally to the LC market there. They're always fasting and praying for the country. Yes. So
we currently have
the fish park, the invisible park.
Yes.
Yeah. The woman always praying for Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, any president win at the business, but the utmost of the day, peace should reign in the midst of all, country first. Yes. Let's have health tip right now with David Honest Coty. Health tip with David Coty. We'll say after 10 years now, you will get married. David Coty, good morning. Health tip. Let's hear you live. Go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity once again. Let me, even though I have already sent a message to my good friend and brother Micah Davis, but let me say publicly here my deepest condolences. Now, today we are talking about high blood pressure, another serious and silent killer. And let me remind you first about glaucoma. A few days ago, I talked to you about another kind of pressure, that is pressure in the eye. Those of you who have never been to the hospital before, I'm appealing to you, begging you, please go to the JFK today where they have some sophisticated machines and check your eyes so that you can't go blind and start blaming witchcraft or people who hate you because you just came from college or because you got a new house. No, you are your own witch. Because you're sitting in your house 365 days around the clock and don't ever go to the hospital until when you are falling down or when you have fallen down, then they take you in a wheelchair and rush you to the hospital. Go there today and check your eyes. Your eye pressure should be between 9 and 21. That's the normal pressure. And when it passes 21, then you got what we call glaucoma. And glaucoma will eat the optic nerves in the back of the eye slowly. And when it makes you blind, no doctor in the world can help you. It is irreversible. If it is cataract, they can remove the cataract and replace it with a new lens, like I have done mine in my two eyes. I got new lenses now, and it's there forever and ever, amen. But with the glaucoma, when it destroys your optic nerve, that nerve that is connecting the eye to the brain to get messages. Once that is destroyed, it is irreversible. No doctor in the world can help you. Thank you. Now let's go to today's topic: body pressure. Hypertension, high blood pressure. You got to also go to the hospital to check this one, because if you don't do so, it will be too late for you. Because hypertension leads to it leads to stroke, heart trouble, and many other things. But let me show you some of the signs quickly, because they gave me 5 minutes before they're going back to 3. So let me hurry up. Some of the signs that you can see to know that you have pressure or you are about to get pressure a high blood pressure. For example, severe headache, nose bleeding, fatigue, vision problem, like you can't see too well, chest pain, hard time breathing, irregular heartbeat, dizziness, and blood in the urine. When you see these things happening, remember you're on your way to some serious problem, high blood pressure. Another thing is the causes. What are the causes of high blood pressure? One of the causes is overweight or obesity. Those of you who are just too big, you are at risk of having high blood pressure. When you eat too much salt, be very careful. Sometimes I go to a particular restaurant. When I'm sitting there, they bring my food. Somebody can call for their potato green or cassoli. They ain't even taste the food yet. Y'all got salt here? Eating raw salt is dangerous. You have to be very careful. The salt that is cooking the food is enough. But y'all got salt here? You're asking for salt to add to the food. You are looking for high blood pressure. Now, when you don't exercise, lack of exercise is also a bad thing. It leads to high blood pressure. Smoking. Those of you who smoke, you got to stop smoking. That's another cause of high blood pressure. And then too much stress, too much worry. This whole world is in a serious problem, my people. The whole world. So don't let anything bother you too much. Just be happy, man. Stop it too much of stress. And then sometimes illegal drugs can lead to high blood pressure. This thing called kush, marijuana, is that you got to leave it. So if there's any cushion, listening to me now. Please stop smoking kush. It can give you high blood pressure. It will lead to death. And sometimes these things can come from family members also. Mama, you gotta carry me back to my 5 minutes in the future, man. All right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here, early detection. You people got to try and detect yourself soon. My pickup I'm riding now, my flashpoint pickup, is 12 years, 5 months, and we're still moving. The first car I ever owned was the one given to me by Charles Taylor. There's a Susu Trooper that lasted for 12 years, 6 months before I passed it on to my brother. This pickup now I have that was bought for me by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is 12 years, 5 months old. Why is this going so long? Because I check my oil. I don't want that my car breaks down in the street and I start looking for my mechanic. I check my water. You don't see old tires under my car. I check almost everything. Some of you who check only the oil and change your oil and don't check the gearbox oil, you'll be like one of my friends week before last. The whole gearbox was damaged. He's had to spend over $600 to fix it. So thank you very much for the time. Early detection is the key. My 5 minutes. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna spoil the whole thing now. Anyway, I appreciate difficulty everyone with the health tips. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very important thing.
So much important, and a lot of people benefiting from it. You see me this morning, I came my
Yeah.
my water.
So drink water before.
Yeah.
But before you wash the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
the saliva should be in the mouth and you drink the water because the saliva plays an important part to it.
Okay.
So don't brush the teeth and then to wash the entire mouth before drinking. Thank you so much. Difficulty with our health tip is right here. I'm glad to see our guests coming through, but let's see if we can hit one or two major points.
Okay.
Again,
All right.
we want to announce to librarians that the ballot paper yesterday arrived through the Rabos International Airport via Ethiopia Airline. Yes. So again, we have two familiar faces on the ballot paper. So this time around, we don't anticipate too many invalid votes. Yes. Just 2 points on the ballot paper, Joseph Boyka and George Weah. But here is it. There are categories of voters. And the two political parties, those of you planning your strategic committee, these are things you should take into consideration. That's why the media will just be there to guide you. And you go and convince your people. Go and campaign. You campaigning. Let them find reason why we should give George Weah another 6 years. Why Joseph Boyka should replace George Weah. And that's what the media professional were doing. So there are categories of voters within 14 days, and so
Yeah.
and these things are very serious. Category number one, different kinds of voters. Category number one, those who have made up the mind already, we call them the loyal voters. There is no way you're going to change some people's mind. Of the 2,600,000, 617,408,
Yeah.
there are people who have made up their mind already. So if you go in the campaign, and you, I mean, the message is not resonating, you move. You do what? You just move. There are people who you talk, they feel made up in their mind already and know whether to vote for Joseph Boyka or George Weah. That's a fixed mindset already. Those who are made up the mind will call them the loyal voter or the die-hard voters. You can change it. You like it or not care. How you preach your politics or convince them,
You can.
you can make it.
You can.
So you move on. These are people called the die-hard voters.
Yeah.
Another category of voters are the what? The disenchanted voters. Oh my God. Nigerian men say proud Pumbe. The disenchanted voters. There are people who are going to vote and feels like they have issue with this person to vote against you. We call them disenchanted voters. There are people who will vote, another category, there are people going to vote on trouble lines. The trouble line. This man, like man, like Congo man, so I'll vote like that. This man,
Yeah.
like they trouble, so I'll vote like this.
Exactly so.
That one set of voter there is going to play. Regional voters. Right after the tribal voter, we'll go to the regional voters. This man from my region, right? Yeah, we're from the same town. We're from the same village. Yeah, hey, man, people from all the time. On a serious note. And they're going to vote that way. The regional voters. There are still undecided voters, another category. Just what I was saying to the two candidates. None of you have won this election. And nobody got vote, keeping in the basket waiting for none of you. There are undecided voters, huge numbers. And these undecided voters, Ansu, when they get in the ballot room, that's what will be decided, Let me know the other man. Just a Boyka or George Weah, undecided voter. This man or the other man. The undecided voters, they are there in the numbers too. The spoiler voters. I want to place this category of the invalid vote people too. Yeah. There's a guy on the Facebook, like I got almost 200,000 views. The man is so drunk, he said, I see Taiwan going to have market, I see Joe, we have market, I see Joseph Walker have market, I'm feeling like Broadway. So that one turns to what? An invalid vote. On a very serious note. Then we move to the most dangerous voters in this whole election. That association, some of us belong to. The Silent Voters Association. The silent voters. The silent voters, they are in a huge numbers. The one with your party t-shirt. When you carry politics to them, they'll tell you move from here with your politics. A serious businessman will not put politics before his business. Because, he or she will say that any political party will still continue as a businessman, right? That's why I say business and politics don't mix. Politics and education don't mix. Politics and health business don't mix. The silent voters are in a huge numbers, Ansu. These are people who just waiting and looking on the fence. Whether it's Joseph Boyka or George Weah. Whether it's George Weah or Joseph Boyka. There are people who are going to vote George Weah because of Joe Howard Taylor. There are people who are going to vote Joseph Boyka because of Jeremiah Cohn. Right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And some of you, people are not voting Joseph Boyka or George Weah because of you. No. Let me just make it clear. Some of you are so terrible in the two political parties. Not because of you. Not because of you. Someone want to vote George Weah or Joseph Boyka. And again, to Liberians, I want to say, Um, before my colleague can come in, let's keep the peace. Let's keep the peace. I was watching the cable news. One of my favorite channel, the cable news network, Ansu, and I saw in Israel what is happening between Israel in the Gaza Strip. Rackets. World leaders are sitting on a round table. Hamas is carrying on this attack. Israel have asked 1 million people to relocate. Oh my God. Can you imagine this? Israel, 1 million. And some of you predicting violence. Look, let me say to Joseph Boyka, George Weah, if you win this election, the way the Liberian people will vote. If the vote go this way, the High Election Commission will announce it. And to the NEC, you have the greatest responsibility now. The way the Liberian people will vote, that's how that result should come out. There are some cases at the legal section, at the electoral magistrate. Next should be updating us too. Those districts and counties where people have dissatisfaction and they are taking update the public. Update the public. Those who will not agree after the next board of commission have decided, we find no reason in this case. The next place to go to is the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court is the next one. It's the last option. Once the Supreme Court ruled, like in Maryland district too, Beaufort Chambers. Yes, because of some terrible audio. So the final decision should be announced today with the next board of commissioner. If the legal team of Beaufort Chambers don't see it necessary, whether it's rule or that, right?
Yeah.
The next place to what? The Supreme Court. And that's how a media institution should operate in the country. That's it. Play your professional role. After this event, you still take your microphone and go around. And to Elections Commission, before this day end, please, I've received a lot of phone calls, text messages. Those who have worked, your temporary staff, please pay them. Please pay them, man. Otherwise else, they think the people planning. When election, they do agree, because I seen people you're working with, do agree to work. On the date of election, there'll be a serious protest. You can't control it. Yes.
That's just it. O'Neill. So we hope the message is clear. And one thing you said indeed, in which I think the NEC really have to take in terms of the continued information and keep updating the people, keep informing of the public. All right, and how you're doing it, especially with some of the major cases. Yeah, try to inform the people, keep informing of the public, how far you going with the kids from Maryland County, how far you going with the kids from Nima County, how far you going with the kids from maybe Moserado or Babudu County. Keep informing them so they can know what's happening. We know everything should just go down. At the end, maybe information come out. They say, "Oh, I don't want you." How do you know the people to do? So we've been trusting in this process. The NEC, the past elections, you know it. Everything went on very, very free, fair, and transparent. This one again, the October 10th, despite the tensions that from the public, of course, people thought that this country was going to come down. The NEC, you handle it, you control the October 10th election. Now we enter the runoff for the 14th. Effort information that you are providing to the public when it comes to election update, to some of the issues, circumstances that happen in some of the districts. It's good now you keep informing the people on it.
Okay.
So they can know what's happening.
Great. So beginning today, going forward, nothing more further of Elections Commission I will speak about. The first priority will be because of what? The pay. Yes, pay these temporary staffers, because we're going to use the same people who want a successful runoff.
So you want to pay them after the runoff,
no,
the general pay, or do you want to pay what's happening? No. Inform the people what's going on. What's the problem between them, so they can know what's happening. Don't just keep them. They are just far no information, nothing.
Yes, so I guess just walk in the studio. I'm going to let her give some brief out a little bit. Yes, this is the breakfast show in the midst of all. Capture first, please say no to violence. We have problems everywhere in the world. The best thing these two political parties can do is to encourage your people to turn out to vote, please. Unity Party, the CDC, Unity Party, encourage people to go and vote on elections day. Yes. let's move on to our guest this morning, right
Mhm.
here on the TBS. She contested in the just ended October 10th general elections and as a candidate. So, Mary Donner is here to push the agenda of the Congress for Democratic Change. The second
That was in
segment,
District 1, right?
yeah,
Mikey B
in
County.
district will have focus. She said, Joe, we should capture district one.
Okay.
Then Sheikh Kuyate to say, by all means, it made Joseph Bogato.
Yeah.
I know Sheikh a stronghold.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
That means he's a presidential candidate.
yeah, okay, the whole country.
The
No?
whole country.
Okay, we'll find out. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do about because of time. We anticipate a 8:15 this morning, but after this event, we still move on as a country.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, don't make the hit too deep, please. Yes. Let's move on to our guest this morning. Good morning to you, Mary. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
How is district number one, Mangibi County?
District number one is good. Everyone is okay. And we are happy and getting set for November 14th.
Everything okay since you contested in the district? Have you gone back and tell people say thank you? Despite I finished second. I was in topping it initially, but that's the decision of Elections Commission, decision of the district. Have you gone back and said kudos to the people?
So I did. I've been going across the district. And besides that, the district is so big. That's why I came out here. I've been here before, like, I think 5 days ago to talk to my people to say thank
When you say the district big now, meanwhile, you're not able to capture everywhere.
not possible to reach everywhere in 2 weeks' time. But I would, at times go by, I would love to reach out. Yeah.
So maybe that could be that. Maybe that could be the reason, Donor. That the result didn't go your way because during the time of campaign, you're not able to cover everywhere.
No, I was able to cover nearly everywhere. Let's say the 98%. I have had around 149 meetings since I started.
149 meetings.
149 meetings across the district. District 1 is the biggest district in Mangibi County. So it's not an easy thing. And I'm talking about almost like 2 years plus for me to be able to reach that far. So you're talking about 2 weeks? It's not possible at all. So the only way to reach out to them to tell them thank you is by coming here. Like what I'm doing now, I did it before, and I'm going across the district. I'm calling them on the phone, talking to them, meeting with them. Yesterday we was out of Marshall. I mean, we were around the Marshall Bell, talking to the people. We went to the Graceland community and so on. In Kakatan also, I was in Kakatan yesterday.
Okay, that's why you lost the election. Meeting them, going back to them and telling them things that are you still maybe telling them those things that you promised. If now you're going to win, you're still going to continue it. You're still going to carry on your initiative.
I'm not the kind of person who been doing all these things because I want to be representative. I have been doing these things for over the period of years, for decades. I have been doing it. This is just part of me. I am a humanitarian. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm still doing it. Even since after the election, we have still been giving out the pregnancy bag to our women. What we have been doing, we still have our doctors across the district doing free circumcision for our people.
Okay, that's so wonderful indeed. And what are some of the plans maybe you had on mind for, especially a female, into election? And I know you had other plans um, for for females in your district. So, what are some of the plans you have on mind? You still going to continue working with them, especially with those girls in school. The women selling there in the market also.
Actually, the women that are selling promised to give them loan, and I have given, let's say, 85% of the women in District 1 Makibi County loan already, because I had this 4 million Liberian dollar loan program that I set up, and we already gave out about 3 million or 200,000 already out. Even up to one day to election, we're still giving out loan, and we are still giving it out. And the people of District 1 what I intended doing for them. I intended doing a lot. What I am doing, I intended to continue doing it. But what I told them I was going to do in the first 100 days is that they should want to have their own transport system, because I know we have transportation challenge in the district. But notwithstanding, with God on my side, I might still do it, because what I was looking for is the power to lobby, the power to lobby. But it have gotten into the hands of another person, and I cannot sit there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do everything I said I was going to do when elected." I will do everything I can to continue doing what I am doing. Notwithstanding, I cannot come out here and say the other person won the election, because we are still in court. Friday we will appear.
Oh, you're saying court?
The election commission on Friday, 2 o'clock. So we have to, if possible, we will go for recount. And other people say, okay, the person won. That's what you said. Okay, but we, after the recount, then we can start to say that.
All right, moving forward, you appeared a few days ago, and you made it clear that your parents here, you want to talk on the full support of you to your state bearer, Ambassador George Weah, in the re-election. Tell us how far you gone with the campaign since your last appearance here.
We have been on the field. I got like 150 full soldiers on the field right now as I speak. I also got up to 15 doctors across the district doing free circumcision for our people, like what I was doing before, because many of them have challenge doing that for their children. So most of the time, the children stay with them until they get very big. And to do that is so expensive, according to them, it's $50 US. They cannot afford it. So I'm doing that free of charge. I'm still going out there talking to them myself, even though I have full soldier on the field. And we are still doing all we can for President Weah to be re-elected.
And know that this time around, you won't just be talking to maybe the partisan of the CDC, but this time around, you will be talking to the partisan from the CPP, partisan from ICO, partisan from different political parties. Indeed.
CPP partisans that live around my area that I know. And many of them told me that they would rather support President George Weah. And I have been talking to a lot of them.
What's the exact message are you taking to them?
Out of the district.
What exact message?
To people. Come again?
What's the exact message are you taking to them in convincing them?
I came here to talk about that. Okay. So it's not more about me. Right now, I came in the studio not because to talk about me, to promote myself. I came to talk about President George Weah, why he should be re-elected, and what is the message the people should carry out there, the campaign message. So it's not just about me. So I think you should just give me a chance to go with the main reason I'm here.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead. I was just saying, what's the exact message are you taking to maybe supporters this time around? You're not just talking to citizens. You have other political parties, parties now you wish you have to convince, you have to talk to, to bring it on board to support the President we are. So I just ask you in terms of what message are you taking to them now?
The message is simple. The message my foot soldiers are carrying out there is very simple and clear. First of all, they are going to tell the people the reason they are going to vote President George Weah. And the reason is very simple. If anybody asks you, why are you going to vote President George Weah? Let me just put it in a simple Liberian English. What benefit you will get? Liberian will say, what benefit you will get? What thing you will get? Just tell them your benefit will be from today on or from November 14 on, you will not pay graduation fee. From November 14 on, all your children that you have registered to the government school will be the last money you will ever pay, as long as President George Weah remain president of Republic of Liberia. He have made the promise that he's going to pay it for you. Then, if you don't vote President George Weah, how sure are you?
Mm. Mm.
Not just the $50, because you'll be paying a lot of money. You will pay for graduation fee, you will pay for WAS fee, you will pay to register your children. I don't know how many children you got. Calculate that by 6 years. You'll be talking about close to maybe $6,000 to $7,000 to $8,000 US that you're going to pay within that 6 years. You are taking $50 to vote for the wrong person, but you are doing it to yourself, not to President Weah. If President Weah does not win, do you think President Weah going to suffer? No. President Weah is doing this for you. He's doing it because he want to fix the country.
This is a huge. This is going to be a huge task for you. They'll see as a huge task for you. In District 1, as you said, Mikey County is a very big district. Are you engaged in the campaign team or? Okay.
Then we get to that. This is going to be a very, very. You cut me. How do you call it? You make me distract.
Yeah. You're talking about recently which you wanted to vote for president. Yeah.
You need to allow him to finish what he has started. I'm 100% sure, first time in history, people of Dwazon, you got current. I know right now you are happy, you are celebrating. But other people in Boys Town, on the Marshall Road, all the way to Moklesan, across the district in the country, they also want to get a current. How sure are you when President Weah doesn't win this election, the opposition will reach it to where will finish where he started? How sure are you they will finish where he started? And another question, I want you to ask them, what are they coming to do that President Weah has not done? Ask that question. What are they coming to do that President Weah has not done? To not fight the person who already doing more than what you promised to do. More than what you promised to do. Let me repeat that. And what are you coming to do that you have not done in 12 years? The wrong person in. All these things, President Weah are doing it for you, not for himself. Let me tell you something. When a man is hungry, if you give him a pot of bread, the man will eat the rice and eat the crust because the man is hungry. But if that man is halfway filled, that man will definitely eat the triplet. So all these people are hungry. And another thing I want you to know here is, they say they are coming to rescue you. They are coming because of you. But do you know they have shared all the position? They have shared this government. But ask yourself, you saw your man in there? No. You saw your partner in there? No. Which one of your relatives you saw there? After sharing the entire government, all the position. You didn't see your name there, but you're kidding yourself. You may see your pa, your uncle, none of them are related to you. You didn't see their name there, but you're kidding yourself. for Joseph Boakai. The people only doing these things because they want to get back into power. They are missing all the bad things they used to do to you. All the criminality, they are missing it. They are missing all the fat salary. This is what they are missing. They are not coming to rescue you. If they are ready, if they really want to rescue you, they should first rescue themselves. They didn't rescue themselves. They didn't rescue Lofa County. Now they say they come and rescue you. Some of you crying. Oh, rest price has increased. Rest very high in the country. Okay. Do you know it's a global crisis? It's a global crisis. President, we are still on that. Rest will not reduce. We are going to the end time, my dear. So you don't expect things. We are in a time of famine. You don't prices to drop immediately because Joseph Boakai took over. It's not possible. So please be mindful. This is an ancient day problem. Ancient days problem. This problem has been there for I don't know what time, since 1847 up to now. And now do you think Joseph Boakai can change everything and bring food to your house and put money in your pocket? Do you think your zinc house that you live in, he can kind of turn it to concrete? Or you think he bring back a rice to your door? Everything President Weah is doing now, sharing this, sharing rice, God put rice. Do you think he can do it? He cannot do it.
Okay. All right. That's it. Maria Donald from Mikey B County, District 1. She contested on the CDC ticket in the city hall. She said that they are in court. So this coming Friday, right? Yeah. 2 o'clock will be the hearing. So she's here again this morning to talk about the re-election of a President Weah and how she put in things in terms of mobile housing and her supporter, and also bringing on other parties in from the different political party to support President Weah in the runoff. Let's look at the screen in terms of your own screen there. I mean, auxiliary groups, you manage to maybe to come across or to talk to the women groups you also manage to talk to, that you think that you are beginning on board or you are working with can make a President Weah win November 14th.
150 auxiliaries that I'm working with. But I'm reaching out to everyone. But for now, people that I'm working with, sending on the feed, they are 150. And the message is simple. Vote number 2, vote President George Manneh Weah, vote a woman. Vote a woman. Where you see the woman with the blue hair tie and the man with the white beard, vote a woman, vote a man. We are talking about gender equality, right? So you have to vote a woman and vote a man. Don't vote man and man. Vote woman and man, please, for better Liberia.
All right, so vote a woman and a man for a better Liberia indeed. I used to, yeah, I used to working along with your team because I know you had a huge team in my Gibby County District 1, to make this thing happen. I used to working along with them, maybe going across South the district to talk to people, bringing on board.
Said it earlier, and I want to say a big thank you to all the auxiliaries, the women groupings, the marketeers, motorcyclists. I want to say thank you. The Muslim community, the Christian community, the first-time voters. I want to say thank you so much for all your support. Some of you are feeling discouraged, and some of you are blaming yourself because you didn't work harder. But to be realistic, you did extremely well. I really appreciate. And for some of you who didn't vote for me, I still say thank you because you participated in the election and you went there peacefully. Thank you for going there. Thank you for voting. Whosoever that person may be your choice, but I want to still say thank you because you were part of it. And thanks for all the support, all my supporters, all those that supported me, and all those that are feeling discouraged. I want to say it's not the end of the world. I want you to keep on pushing. If you still want me to continue doing what I started, what President Weah started, vote number 2. This come October 14, 2023.
You are just talking about your engagement about the campaign team. Yeah, so let's hear from you. As an engagement, like, and in terms of maybe visiting my Gibby County, your district, indeed where you represented the coalition.
Yeah, actually, I noticed that There were so many invalid votes across the country. So with that said, I decided to print out more ballot paper samples. I'm going out there with it, giving them a pen and giving them copy of it for them to vote in front of me because
On your own.
to say, oh, I know it, I know the thing, and I vote before, I'm first time voting. No, I know that's not your first time voting. I know you are pro, but you're gonna vote in front of me. This is what I'm doing. I carry the ballot paper and give you the pen, and you're gonna vote right in front of me before I leave your house. This is what I'm doing. Yeah. So all my foot soldiers, they have a copy of ballot paper with ink pen. They give it to them, and then they will hold the pen and vote. Can you imagine? Yesterday I went and the person crossing the line, going all the way. They came in put a check mark, and I'm telling them, no, you have to put X. If you cannot do the check mark, put X, because I don't want to even talk about the thumbprint, because many of them can put their finger so much in the ink, and then it will make the whole place flooded with ink, and then the whole thing going to be messed up. So I just telling them, do the X or you do the check mark. So when they say, I don't want to get my president X, I said, okay, then do the check mark. And there was this person I met yesterday on the feed. This lady said she didn't vote for President Weah. I said, why? She said, because they say President Weah in relationship, got married to Jackie Appiah. Can you imagine that? So for that reason, me and my whole family, my whole community also will not vote for President Weah. So I asked her this question. Now, Mego now she regretting, and she said she's going to vote for President Weah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been telling you, I said that you see, so you have to reach to the people, you got to make them know, because propaganda.
I see as a huge task for you for now up to the 12th or the 11:59 or the 12th of this month. I see as a huge task for you. That's why you say that you already started engaging them. Listen to some of our the feedback you are getting. Indeed, can you feel in this gap? Okay, you make it for now to the 14th.
I think a common thing for me, man. This is something I'm used to. So in one day time, I can cover like 4 or 5 communities. I'm an energetic person. So moving here, there, it's not anything that's gonna worry me. It's just something I'm used to.
Wonderful. All right, folks. So there you have it. Marriott tonight from the Mikey B County District 1. You are contested on the coalition ticket, the CDC ticket indeed. And she's here this morning talking about President Weah re-election indeed, and how she can mobilize in her district, in District 1. Maria, so let's just give you we do expect you 8:15 indeed this morning. So let's just give you 2 minutes. Just wrap up in terms of talking to your supporters and talking to people of Miami County, District 1.
Thank you. So I'm here again, District 1, Miami County. All the beautiful things, the good things you are enjoying right now, 24-hour current, the beautiful road President we are building for us, and the free tuition, WAS fee, graduation fee, getting free education, whatever it is that you are hearing and you are experiencing already. If you still want to continue experiencing it, enjoying it, vote number 2. Because it does not give you any guarantee that when President Weah lose this election, that your children WAS fee will be paid. What guarantee do you have that their children will go to LU free? So you know how some of you can give some of us hard time to pay graduation fee. So we want you.
Is it graduation fees in terms of is it graduation fee or WAS fee?
WAS fee, graduation fee now. What he did, I'm talking about what he's gonna do. What he's gonna do is he's gonna pay the graduation fee, and then also when you're going to register to any public school, it's free of charge.
Okay.
It's free of charge. So all these things, most of the time, you have to sit in front of somebody's door to be begging them. You have to take profit from all your businesses for just for you to register your children to pay or the graduation fee to pay the WAS fee. And now President Weah say free of charge. President Weah talk and do. He has been delivering according to his promises. In fact, he have done more than what we expected. So if he's a talk and do that we all know about, now he's saying you'll not pay graduation fee. Your children will not pay school fee. What are you saying? Are you going to sit there for little or nothing? Then you lost all this opportunity, your children's future. You are not thinking about it. Please. Vote number 2 for better education. Vote number 2 for better Liberia. Vote number 2 to change your children's life, to change your own life. Vote number 2.
All right.
Vote number 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mary Donald, closing us up with this one. This is it. Go make the decision. This is the True Breakfast Show 96.1. They talk. Well, we are listening up. Well, in 14 days' time, we all go to the ballot bags and go and vote. Yes, let's get a brief. I will come back. We'll bring on our presidential candidate, Sheikh Kuyate. Sheikh is coming up. But let me play this song. It's up to you. We want to vote for whether it's Joseph Boykai, it's George Weah. It's up to you. Yes, that's good. That's the bit of democracy.
Let your vote make a difference.
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today, why not have a little more fun?
9 to 7 minutes up to 9 o'clock. Good morning for you listening up. Well, in the midst of all country first, Liberia last, Liberia second, Liberia third, Liberia first, in everything. This is the TBLs. My name is Oni Roberts. Well, we have our next guest, presidential candidate, Sheikh Kuyate. Yes, Liberia First Movement have accepted my invitation to share breakfast until 9:30 this morning on 96.1, the Heart and Soul of Liberia. Good morning to the folks in Saclay, in Ban, Nima County, District 7. Thank you so much, Super and the rest of the team. Peter Kwan, Tobe, good morning. Always carrying us on the TBS. So Truth FM, Nima is carrying us. That means that parts of the entire Bon County is listening. Pastor Lofa is monitoring us live this morning. Ganta, Bapolu, good morning. Thank you so much. Sheikh Kuyate is with us this morning, and he don't normally don't shy away from interview. So, Sheikh, good morning to you. Welcome to the TBS.
Good morning, O'Neill, and good morning to my fellow Liberians.
Health wise, you okay? Before we start this flight, we're gonna pick up from the James Springfield Airport and let's do this journey.
Yes, it's a pleasure being here this morning as usual. And I must admit, O'Neill, this institution is one of the institutions that I have great respect for in the media. For the fact that this institution is owned by a politician who allows every political institution and individuals or leaders to come and share their views on the platform. I must commend the institution for that. And because I had an experience at ELBC where I was denied interview because of differences in opinion.
Are you saying that?
Yeah, I've said that over and over.
Okay. Okay. You was on an interview.
Tough, and I was told to leave.
Anyway, let's move on. So you okay, Shaq? Can we do this? How are you after the elections? Liberia first, both, but you came to this process. You one persons who have been knowing for a very long time. You came to this process, want to become the face of Liberia, but again on October 10th, Liberians said, "Well, Shaq Kuyate is a very young man. Well, in the near future, well, we could try another time." How was the process?
It was a great one. It was a great experience for me as a person, and also as someone in charge of Liberia First Movement. I must admit that I'm very pleased and proud to be a Liberian. I'm also pleased and proud that I participated in the process. We congratulated the two runners candidates. That is His Excellency President George Mani Weah and His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Numa Boaka Senior. So we congratulated the two of them and said to them thank you. Then we also said to NEC, despite discrepancies, we said to them thank you too.
Was a difficult process. I mean, campaigning everywhere. One point in time, I called. I said, "Check, where are you?" You said, "Well, I'm in the bush." I said, "You in the jungle?" You said, "Bush." I said, "What are you doing in the jungle?" He said, "Well, I'm campaigning. I'm carrying a message out." How's the campaign period?
Only it was a great one. We actually saw how our people are living. We saw the actual story of the Liberian people. The campaign gave us opportunities to have the true story about Liberia. We have always thought that Liberia is limited to Monrovia, and not just Monrovia, to central Monrovia, to places where we feel people have access to clean, safe drinking water, where we feel people have access to electricity, where we feel people have access to schools, you know. And we always think that all is bright and butter, but I must admit, Liberians are going through difficulties around the rural areas, and I think there needs to be attention paid to our people everywhere in this country. When you see how our people are living in the southeast, how people living in Lo-Fi, how they live in Nimba and other places, Bapolu, you get scared.
Okay, great. Let's move on to the party now. The Liberia First Movement. Since Elections Commission have announced the 14th of November as the runoff date, what is the decision now? I mean, political parties are giving endorsement, moving whether to the Unity Party or that of the CDC. But before that, have you met with the entire Liberia First Movement? You have a couple of representative candidates and senatorial candidates across the country. Have there been any decision thus far?
Yes, we had meetings since the runoff was announced by NEC. Even prior to that, we have been having consultations with our partisans and also the executive members. And we finally concluded to give support to the opposition party, the Unity Party, on ground that we all had, despite our differences, we all had one agenda. The agenda was on seating Mr. President George Weah from the presidency as to the plight of our people. So that was something that no one can doubt. That all of those 19 candidates who participated in on October 10th, we all agree that it was on seating Mr. Weah and bringing forward platform that would do better than what Mr. Weah have done or what he's doing in our country.
Okay, great. So, with this issue, I mean, the executive committee of any political party, I mean, this is a higher decision by the making. Have there been a formal decision as to which side the Liberal movement, Liberal First movement, you accumulated close to 4,000. That's a good number there. Of the total, yes, yeah, more than that, close to let's say 5,000 plus votes. Five to 6,000 votes. That's a very good number. Have there been a formal decision and from the Liberal First movement as to whether to go back home, George? We are used to be with the CDC, or let's suppose use a boycott.
We actually decided it was, we had meetings and firstly with partisans, we spoke our people. Then from there, the leadership had a meeting, and we finally concluded with the executive committee. And we had meetings also with Unity Party because they were the people that had contacted us. And after discussion, we also told them what we stand for. Then they agreed to what we stand for. We prepared a resolution, and after that, we decided to officially and consciously endorse Ambassador Jose Nyumabwaka of the Unity Party, believing that despite some differences, our goal must be met. Our people, the Liberian people, have been crying for so long. That is why when you look at the result of the elections, you realize that over 55% of Liberians said no to President Weah, malgovernance. And so that is something that those votes were not meant for us as individuals or as parties, but those voices were uh, voices against the president re-election. So that thing we must be sincere to ourselves, sincere to Liberian people, and consciously return what belongs to the people to them.
Okay, so
people voted against Mr. Weah, gave us some votes, giving other candidates some votes, and those votes were meant to unseat Mr. Weah. We are coming back to the people to collect those votes, add those votes together, and show that Mr. Weah is voted out.
Okay, so before we having a final decision to support the Unity Party, Joseph Boyka, there are a lot of discussion. Have you encountered maybe the folks on the CDC? Said that as well, like, we want to have a meeting with the liberation movement to give that support, or you cut the Unity Party? How did it well? I just want to know.
Honestly speaking, we were contacted by the Unity Party firstly. Lately, we also contacted by the CDC. But we have been very clear what we stand for. We were not just a political party 2 years ago, or a year ago, or 2 years ago. We were a pressure group, ensuring that the government does the right things. And so we cannot compromise issues that we flag out years back and a few months back about the inability of this government of serving the Liberian people and going to say we're going to join them for any reason. No. But we had a very good relationship, good discussion with the Unity Party. We were very clear with the Unity Party as an institution. We said we are coming to work with you not because you're opposition, but because we believe that the current leadership is not in the interest of Liberia.
So check. Let me hold you this way, right? You look at the agenda of the CDC, right, and that of the Unity Party. Which one fits the Liberal First movement? Because I've been seeing you advocating all along.
The agenda of the PAPD is a very good one, but every Liberians are aware, likewise seditions, I think last week when the runoff was announced, the ministers, cabinet minister of the government assembled the party headquarters, and you saw how the seditions were very angry. They were insulting some of them. Some of them even were frustrated to the extent they wanted to fight some of them. Seditions as people, as partisans of the CDC, they are not bad people. The CDC platform is not a bad platform. This election is not our platform. This election is about an actor that has failed the people, who is looking forward of going to regain the position of presidency, through the detriment of CDC platform. But I can assure you that CDC is not a bad party, like what the Unity Party. Unity Party and CDC, we share similar visions because these parties' platform is about moving the country forward. It's about ensuring the betterment of our country. It's about reconciliation. It's about empowerment. It's about accountability. It's about development. And these are goals that we stand for. And I can tell you that both parties have good platforms, but it's not just about the platform. What makes a lion is not the body; is the head of a lion.
The head of the lion. So let's move to the important one. Why Joseph Boyka head of Joshua?
Joseph Boyka. Ambassador Joseph Nyumabwaka, this despite some missteps of a past regime 12 years ago when Madam Sirleaf was president, he has been one politician in this country that has no record of corruption. He has been one politician in this country that has no record of being involved in war crimes. He has been one politician in this country that has been very consistent for the betterment of this country. He has been one politician in this country that has shown leadership despite challenges, despite some internal wrangling. He remained very calm and focused on the board. And I can tell you why Joseph Yumabwaka. Because President George Manuel today, as you listen to my junior sister, they are saying that they'll provide us a free graduation fees. They'll provide us a free WIC fees. The question that must be asked, where do they get the money from? Where have they been getting money from? Everything that has been said by this government, I was part of the CDC from 2004. I can tell you for sure that I have come in not just as a campaigner for the election of the incoming president, Joseph Yumabwaka, but to come with a testament to Liberian people that I was part of the CDC, that Mr. Weird, everything he said to even seditions were not done. When seditions voted him, they voted him with aspiration that this man will make Liberia a better nation, will unify this country, will bring to justice those who have been involved in corruption, those who have been involved in social injustices, those who have been involved in war crimes. Their aspiration was that this president will create opportunities where investment would be present in Liberia, where international partners will come in and local business people will come in, will work together to make this country a better place. That is when during his inauguration, President George Manuel stated that Liberians would not be a spectator, during his regime. And today, Liberians are not even spectators, but they have become outside. They are outside the field.
Check. Let me take you back. Mm-hmm.
Joseph Baka come to say Joseph to rescue Liberians because we have two alternatives. There were 20 alternatives initially, but today we have two alternatives. And only you remember I said this to you before. That the alternative we have now, no matter how it is, some people say, but Sheikh, you stand for some things and these people stand for another thing. But what we need to do is not about me. It is not about Mr. Bwaka or Mr. Weah. It's about getting Liberia from the hands.
You're one person who have stood the ground. So from President George Weah campaigning everywhere from the CDC, even when as far on the social media, several attacks going back and forth. And 2023, what's your difficult decision after missing out from the Liberian people and say, well, let me choose Joseph Boyka ahead of George Weah? This didn't happen in 2017.
And only you listening to me. I did campaign for the CDC, not just 2017. I campaigned for President Weah in 2005, where I was providing water for partisans free of charge. I campaigned for CDC or legislative candidates in 2011. I didn't campaign for President Weah in 2011 as the vice president, believing that it was not logical to have a vice president that is more famous, most powerful than the president. And that, according to the law of power, that would have made the president, if the president was elected as a president, that person would have eliminated Mr. Weah. And I wanted him alive and safe. So they didn't support him as a president at that time, but I supported the party. In 2013, I suspended my membership with the party based on concession agreements and other irregularities that were held at legislature where our partisans, our representatives in the legislature took part. And after I did that, in 2017, President Weah called me and spoke to me and said, you know what, let's get a ball rolling. Let's come back together. Let's convince our people when we win the election, we will turn all the concession agreements in favor of Liberia and the Liberian people. Let's come together. When we win the election, we establish one economic crime code. So those are people that have been calling for justice, who have justice. Let's come together so that we can bring up a good governance, that we will begin to prosecute former government officials so that our would-be government official will see it as deterrent, and they will not get involved in corruption. They will not get involved in malpractices. And these were reasons that convinced me, and I came back and I went everywhere in Liberia. In fact, there was an instance where I went to Bomi County and I met Senator Edmund Melvin Snow, but then he was representative. And he said to me, Sheikh, what are you doing all over here? I said, I've come to conquer you for President Weah. But then he was supporting Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat. And he stated to me, Sheikh, you're fighting a good fight. And I like how you fight. But I can tell you will win. If Mr. Weah wins, I win. If Ambassador Weah wins, I win. You know, in a nutshell, when we won the election, he's someone that I also admire because of his courage, and he became a very strong member of the legislature during the regime of President Weah 6 years, and he got elected to the Senate. But I can say to you, we went to the people and gave them messages. And when President Weah took over, after 1 year, 2 years, I realized that everything we said to the people were not working and could not work and will never work. That's how I withdrew my membership in 2020, July 17, from the CDC.
Okay.
Well, today, I'm not just endorsing Mr. Ambassador Boakat, His Excellency Ambassador Boakat, because I'm angry. I'm endorsing, believing that Mr. Weah had failed our people. I saw it 4 years ago that he couldn't do anything different, and that's what I left the party, and I remained independent until Liberia First Movement was funded as a political party, and I became part of that party, and today serving as a servant in charge.
Okay.
Show you, I didn't support Mr. Boakat because I'm angry with Mr. Weah. I'm supporting Mr. Boakat, believing that Mr. Weah cannot do anything better. And everything he has done, he has proven to Liberian people that indeed he doesn't have the capacity, to responsibly serve this country.
Great. The voice of presidential candidate, former presidential candidate, going down in the Guinness Book of Record. Shep Kuyate, right here on the Breakfast Show, 96.1 Truth FM. The Heart and Soul Library of me, Oni Roberts. Shaq, didn't put thing on the table. Perhaps, someone will say, before joining you, if you want me to endorse you, to join part of your team, these are my. I hope you hear this back. These are my offers. Get this one. Get this one done. I will need this. I will need that. If you win this, if I support you going this merger for this period. Did you put forth to that?
Yes. We actually had that discussion with Unity Party. And then during our discussion, that is part of our resolution. The chairperson of our party, Ambassador Lei Emmanuel Tobaginian, and all of the executive members had meeting with the Unity Party. And I also had meeting with the Standard Bearer more than 4 times. We had the discussion, and they asked, what do you want in return? We said, we want to reconcile Liberia in return. We want an empowered citizenry in return. We want an accountable leadership in return. We want a Liberia where Liberians themselves will involved in developing Liberia in returns. And to develop Liberia, we must improve the agriculture sectors, the mining sectors, which we believe must be industrialized, that will create jobs for our people. We also encourage them that there's a need to provide quality health care. There's a need to provide quality education. There's a need for reform in terms of security. There's a need for reform in terms of legislatures. So those were our concerns. And we also made it clear that we have been calling for war on economic scrum code during the time of Mr. Weah, and we asked them, the Unity Party.
You didn't ask for opposition.
We asked Unity Party, will you establish war on economic scrum code? And Ambassador Parker said to me clearly, he said, Sheikh Kuyata, I say yes. He said, Unity Party, this regime is not just a Unity Party, it's a Liberian people regime where we have an inclusive government, where we include every Liberian, even those that are in the government now, working with the CDC-led government now, those who are qualified and doing well. Most of them will maintain their jobs, and those who are qualified for other places, some of them might be transferred to other areas, and those opposition political parties are not giving us support. And even those who are not giving us support and are qualified, we will incorporate them in our government. We ensure that we have a government of inclusion.
Wow. Government of inclusion. Again,
that the government had already been set up. I've begun to wonder where she got that information from. What I do know is that the Liberian people are going to put in the president whose political party didn't put him there. Today, Ambassador Boakat is carrying the emblem of the Unity Party, but those who are electing him are not from Unity Party. Majority of those are electing Ambassador Boakat today are people who are not part of the Unity Party, but believe that when he becomes the president of this country, that he will do better, they will make this country better. Liberia First Movement was very clear that we will join you. We are endorsing you now, but we'll give you 1 year. And if you don't do better, we'll turn to become an opposition against you, and we'll likely organize something like a mass protest against you if you don't do the right thing. It's for sure. We're not joining to say yes, we're going to be our followers. No, we are joining to make sure that the voices of the people are heard. We're joining to make sure that the promise made to the people are fulfilled. We are joining to make sure ensure that Liberia is served by a Liberian president. And most often, when you speak with Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat, he always says to me, Sheikh Kouyaté, I want to become a president that I should not be remembered by my wealth, but let me remember by my wealth. Let me remember by my legacy. And that's what I respect him for. And I have taken him by his words. And I believe in O'Neill. When we were in opposition, when he was a vice president, there was a time when I was appointed as honorary consul of Ukraine to Liberia. And the Liberian government back then saw me, described me as enemy of the state. And that was the UP government. And I went to him and explained to him. And he said,
the United Party government described you as 12 years ago that you're an enemy of the state.
So when I went to Ambassador Boakat, but then he was vice president, he intervened, he called the NSA and said, what is the problem that Mr. Kouyaté has that you are not giving him clearance for his position? They made it clear that he has committed no crime. We have no criminal records on him. But what we do know that he's the enemy of the state. I said to me, Sheikh, I wish I could do better, but there is my limitation as a vice president. I do not have much authority. The authority comes, the order came from the president. I will try to pursue her, but I cannot give you any final discussion on this to say, yes, I can do this or not. So I can tell you that this is a man who was in opposition, but was able to speak on behalf of somebody who was in ruling party, but was able to speak on behalf of somebody who was in opposition. So I can tell you that Mr. Ambassador Boakat, His Excellency, will not come to witch hunt anyone. And some of our people are afraid that when he becomes president, he will prosecute them. No, when you have not committed any crime, you will never be prosecuted. But I can show you very well that whoever have committed crimes under our law, that some of whom have become elected today, in the legislature, Liberia First Movement is gathering more evidence, more information to take these people to court to ensure that they don't take the seat.
Okay, great. In terms of non-violence, I mean, you look probably everywhere in the world, Sheikh. What can you say to that as we go to our November 14? No to any form of violence. We have problems everywhere in the world. World leaders now sitting to talk about Gaza, what is happening between Israel and Palestine, all of that. We have problems everywhere. No to any form of violence as we get set to go to the runoff elections.
What I have to say to Liberians, in fact, let me begin with the two main subjects in our political system now. To President George Weah, Your Excellency, to His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat, Liberia existed before the two of you. Liberia must exist after the two of you. And Liberia will continue to exist after our generations. And there will be generations upon generations that must enjoy the prosperity and progress of this country. This election will not be the end of this country, but this election will provide the leadership that Liberian people desire. I do believe that we must all support this election and accept it peacefully. And I know there's something I know about President George Weah, despite my disagreements with him in other cases. But there's one thing I do understand about him, that he's a man that doesn't like violence. And I also know the same about Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat. He's also someone that does not like violence, very peaceful person. I remembered when we won the election in 2017, people of Unity Party at the time wanted him to call on his supporters to get on the street. He refused to do that. And it happens to in 2005 when CDC, the election result was given, people expected President Weah to get young people on the street. He refused to do that in 2005. He also refused to do that in 2011. And I can tell you that President Weah and Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat, the two of them will maintain peace and civility in this country. And I'm calling on supporters of both parties that Liberia come first. No matter our differences, let us understand that elections is just an event. And after the election, we come to have a Liberia that will have a Liberian president. That president will not be a Unity Party president. It will be a Liberian president. I do believe that Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakat will be overwhelmingly elected by Liberian people. So I must begin to call him the incoming president, Joseph Numa Boakat. When he takes over this country will become a better country for every Liberian, and everyone will benefit from this country, and everyone in inalienable rights will be protected. And I can show Liberians from all walks of life that we are about to have a new Liberia, or Liberia where we'll be defined as one Liberia, one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That would have been a very beautiful inauguration speech from you, Shaq, if you had won this election, man. Shaq.
That's it,
What's our disappointment after, hearing election results coming, our elections commission announcing results? Liberal first move, man. That was not coming into the top 5 and thing. Were you disappointed?
Yes, the party as an institution, including myself, generally, we were disappointed that despite the good messages, despite the good plans, despite our vision for this country, despite our mission, but the people were not actually looking to our side. They were looking as well. Most often, when I'm on radio now or I'm on interview on television, most people will say your platform is very good. But now we are looking forward to 2 political parties, and that is the Unity Party and the CDC, and they proved it during the election. So I can say this to you: yes, when the people speak, it becomes the voice of the Almighty. And as a believer, I accept the voice of the Almighty. I accept the wills of the Liberian people, and that is why we conceded and congratulated the 2 runoff. But I can tell you for sure, our Liberia that we all deserve cannot come under Mr. Weah again, who has created serious confusion in this country. When you look around, you realize today that we have insidious manipulation of hate and division. Today, we are working in an institution of state public institutions. Most often, you are denied position because of your affiliation or because of your political affiliation. Many people are even afraid to speak to their friends who are in opposition because they are with CDC government. Today, I have a lot of friends who were good friends to me that could visit me, I could visit them. Most of them don't even speak to me today because they're afraid that when they speak to me, they might likely lose a job. So we're looking forward to a government that will unite the Liberian people, where people will not be seen as seditious or UPs, or be seen as Liberians. We can share our views despite our differences. That's what Liberians are looking forward to, O'Neill.
Check. Great, folks. This is the Breakfast Show. To the moment is down 9 o'clock. They'll talk, we listen. Well, go make the decision on the 14th from November. Yes, check in the space of 2-3 minutes. People listening up to you in Nimba, in Ganta, in Saclipie, in Bonn, parts of Lofa, in Blapolo, in Bombay, in Bon County. The reason why I'm calling this area, I have traveled some part of, bro, those in the rural parts of our country, when they listen to the radio, say, well, all the major happening is just in that Montserrat there. As you close up in 2-3 minutes, your closest statement should also include my main objective of the whole thing, we should have a peaceful country. After this event, we'll all move on as a country. That should be part of your closing comment.
My fellow countrymen and women, today I sit here and I speak of you very sincerely. Liberia is all we have. We know that there are promises being made to us now, that there will be graduation fees paid for our children, that there will be wise fee paid for our children. But what is the essence of wise fee and graduation fees when gifting and others have not gotten justice? The question we ask you today: how do we expect to have graduation fee being paid by the government when our children become drug addicts? Fellow Liberians, President George Weah requested us to trust him for 6 years. We provided him the 6 years. Even those in CDC are discouraged and disappointed. I'm calling on every Liberian, those from the Southeast. I know that the Southeast have been blackmailed by the NEC, has been inducted by the CDC, making people believe that those in Southeast don't vote for other people. I do believe. I have many friends from the Southeast, and I know that they are good people. There are many good people in the Southeast than any other place. I'm calling on you all. Prove National Election Commission wrong. Prove the CDC wrong. Vote Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakat for president and Senator Jeremiah K. Cohn for vice president. To those in other counties, Bond County, Grand Gile, Maryland, Bapolu, Bomi County, Grand Cape County, Riverside County, Grand Bassa County, Nimba County, Montserrat County, Magibi County, and other counties around, I'm calling on every one of you. If you want a Liberia where people will not be killed and no justice given to them, say no to Josh Maniwea and vote number one. If you believe in one God, vote number one. If you believe in one Liberia, vote number one. If you believe in prosperity and progress, vote number one. If you want justice above injustice, vote JNB and JKK. If you want a Liberia where we all see ourselves as one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, vote Joseph Nyuma Bwaka. This election is not just about UP or CDC. There are more good people in the CDC, likewise there are more good people in other parties. But I'm calling on every Liberians and all those who took part in the election, the 18 opposition political parties and their leaders. I'm calling you all to fulfill our commitment to Liberian people. We got in a race to ensure that Mr. Weah is unseated, to ensure that Liberians can breathe once more. Let's fulfill the will of the Liberian people. The votes that were given to us were not given to us as a vote because they admire us or because we are good people or we are the best. It was given to us as a compensation for standing against the wrongdoing of this government, for standing against malgovernance, for standing against injustice, for standing against poverty, for standing against corruption, for standing against nepotism, for standing against social injustices. Liberians people, this country is all we have. I'm begging you people. I'm pleading with you. We don't have money to give you. Nobody can give any amount of money to give you the respect. You want this country to be dignified. Your life must be dignified. Our sovereignty must be protected. Remember today, our diplomatic passport is being sold by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to criminals for $200,000, $300,000. I reported a case to the government. Nothing came out of it. If we don't stand now to face this country and we give the country back to Mr. Weah and he crooks, Liberia will become a dumper. Wake up. Let's country and see the future of our children and children. God bless you. May God bless Liberia.
Well, Shakwiyata right here this morning, closing us up with this one. Let's see who can bring his pulse on the True Breakfast Show, 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia. They talk, listen up. And, well, go make the decision. They go and make the decision. Go and vote. Let's bring his pulse right here this morning on the TBS. Naomi Tapia is here to fill us in the world of sports. Good morning to you, Naomi.
Good morning, O'Neill. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Passion of Life. Efren Samuka has won the Liberia Basketball Association presidential election convened Tuesday, October 31, 2023. It can be recorded FIBA mandated the Liberian Basketball Association to reconvene the 2019 elective Congress that witnessed then incumbent Rufus Anderson being disqualified for allegedly illegally withdrawing he and his corps of officers' registration fees. Ibrahim Samuka won unopposed due to the disqualification of Anderson in 2019. FIBA cited the issue of their representative absence during the conduct of the 2019 election as a main reason for banning Liberia and mandated reconvening the election in a free, fair, and transparent manner. Samuka won the hotly contested seat 26 to 25 votes, beating Jake Kabakoli. RCA Sports will bring you details in subsequent sports newscasts. Liverpool are praying for a good situation as the search for Luis Diaz's kidnapped father continues in Colombia, says assistant manager Pepin Lindas. Colombian authorities are searching for Luis Emmanuel Diaz after armed men abducted him and his wife. Diaz's mother, Salinas Marilanda, was found in Barrancas on Saturday. Forward Diaz was absent from the Liverpool side that beat Nottingham Forest 3-0 on Sunday. We have to try to support him as much as we can. A lot of things are out of our hands, said Landers. The search for Diaz's father has moved to mountains in the north of Colombia. Colombian police are offering a reward of about 40,000 euros for information regarding his whereabouts. Liverpool faced Bournemouth in the last 16 of the EFL Cup on Wednesday. Details of a memorial service to celebrate the life of Sir Bobby Charlton have been revealed. The service for the England and Red Devils legend will be held on 13 November at Manchester Cathedral. Sir Bobby Hill, as one of England's greatest players, died on 21 October, aged 86, prompting tributes from around the world and silences observed in the weekend's football matches. A procession to the cathedral will pass by Old Trafford as part of the plans. The family will then hold a private funeral ceremony, Manchester United said. The club said the service will provide a moment of reflection and give fans an opportunity to say a final farewell to a true Manchester United legend. Thousands of fans have already left tributes at Old Trafford to the key member of England's 1966 World Cup winning team. The era in front of the famous Trinity statue, where he is immortalized alongside teammates George Best and Dennis Law, has been flooded with memorabilia and flowers. More than 80,000 fans have also signed the books of condolence online or in person at Old Trafford. The club said more specific details about the service and the procession will be issued in due course. Israel will play their next two home Europe 2024 qualification matches in Hungary, UEFA has announced. Earlier this month, UEFA European football's governing body suspended all matches in the country because of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Israel's games against Switzerland on 15 November and Romania on 18 November will be played in Forsut. They will go to Kosovo, again set for 15 October, but postponed because of the security situation on 12 November. Israel have 11 points from 6 matches, putting them third in Group 1 behind leaders Romania and Switzerland. The top 2 teams will qualify automatically for next summer's finals in Germany. The match against Switzerland is also a rearranged fixture after originally being scheduled for 12 October at Blomfield Stadium in Tel Aviv. On 7 October, Hamas launched attacks on Israel that killed 1,400 people and saw at least 239 people kidnapped as hostages. Since then, Israel has been carrying out retaliatory strikes on Gaza, in which more than 8,500 people have been killed, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. That's all from our sports text.
Hello, Liberians. This message comes to you from the National Elections Commission. Let your vote make a difference, because every vote counts. Vote wisely. Vote Liberia. It's up to you. When the votes are counted and the process done, everyone will have spoken, even the silent ones. There will be prosperity. There will be continuity.
it's up to you on November 14. Sam Adivom, a Liberian artist in the UX, making his contribution this morning right here on the True Breakfast Show, folks. We have our next nice the Women in Peace Building Network. They're here this morning to share this platform with us and to talk about their planning activities they have. We are into election. They are here this morning to tell us exactly their role and also their contribution to this process. So, good morning. I have with me Roslyn and Lokin and Beatrix Johnson. I hope I'm getting it right. Beatrix and Roslyn, right? Good morning to the both of you. Welcome. All right, so let's just go across the table quickly. Roasting and Beatrice, Roasting Logan, Beatrix Johnson. Just across the table quickly, so the audience can know exactly you guys come from the Women Peace Building Network. And what are you guys' activities for now?
Here we are, the Women in Peace Building Network, Partner Liberia. Our activities is to pray and advocate for the rights of women and to see that non-violence in Liberia, to see that our peace be maintained by our people.
Okay, Roslyn, let's hear you.
Add to what my mother just said. We, the children, the youth of Liberia will need peace because more often we find out that with the youth, we are into violence, and violence is not a right way to go. So as a youth, we come talking to people, even in our communities, everywhere we go to stay away from non-violence. And right now, as we're speaking, so we are in the streets talking to people and also praying to God for our nation to be peaceful and calm. Because this nation depends on us as a young people to bring it up. We are the next generation. No one can build our country except us.
Okay, all right. So, Beatrix and Madam Beatrix Johnson, and what do you guys have planned on what exactly was you guys involved into doing it? The first one I would say that election, the 2 months of campaign, and now into the runoff. What was exactly your activities, and what are some of the things you guys planning now?
It was to go around, carry out awareness on peace business, advising our children and our youth to remain calm, not to get in the streets, not to cause violence because violence is not the right way for Liberians. So we were all around. Even during the election time, we were observing the election throughout, going from one community to another to see that there should be no violence, no form of violence. And now again, for our plan again this time around, we are still doing the same. We are going around, we carry on awareness, telling our children to remain calm, our people, because Liberia is all we have. We have nowhere to go. We have nowhere to run. Liberia is our home. Liberia first, Liberia last. From Liberia, where will we go?
Uh, Are you are you guys engaged in that political items? He thinks of meeting political parties leaders, to get this message across, this peace message across. Whether you engage in them, that we are into the runoff already. Meeting at the CDC, meeting at the Unity Party.
For us, I would say maybe our leaders, because before the election, when we heard a lot of rumors around, we was able to meet some of the leaders, went there to talk to them, not to cause violence for us. And we met with them, we talked to them, and they agree. So we believe that when they see us, they always know that their mothers, their sisters, their children need peace. And we're always talking to them, and we always talk to them.
no matter what happened.
It's the women in Peace Building Network. How you guys doing this all alone, or maybe is there any support from out supporting the team?
We are doing this. We have not been supported. We have not been paid, except for where donors comes and see, like organization comes and see what we are doing, and they come to us and help us with a little to help the women build up their works. But we have not been paid by anybody.
What are some of what those women groups connected to this team? I know it's not just, I don't know whether it's just religious group. Maybe you have other women group from different background. He thinks of they come from the private side, maybe the government side, or it just maybe just on the religious where you guys from the churches.
We are involved into all the women of Liberia is part of this. The entire women group is called Marks Action for Peace Women, and we all form together a group, not only Witness, but the women of Liberia as a whole. They are into one accord. We are all one. We are not separate.
The folks always see, if my mind can still take me back, you always see that the folks there at the fish market, right? It's the team. Yeah. So is anything planning of such, maybe before we approach or reach at the 14th of November, in is it the peace gathering where you have the team there send up peace messages, or is there any gathering maybe you guys planning?
Peace. Peace first, peace last, and peace forever.
Peace first, peace last, and peace for forever, folks. Just listen to you listen to the team that comes from the Women in Peace Building Art Network. You're here this morning to share this platform with us talking about peace. We're into this we're into the critical time of election, so it's necessary we have the women on board. So for those of you always there passing the single bell, the fish market, you always see the woman always on the side there praying for our country. So this morning they are here to talk about the election, the role play, also the role they are playing in the election. So this morning, Roslyn and man Beatrice Johnson, they are here this morning to talk about the Women in Peace Building Network. So I know there are other things you guys want to talk about. Yeah, so you can just go ahead.
Well, we are doing awareness with the youth of Witness. We are doing awareness and partnership with United Nations Peace Building Fund in collaboration with Plan International, We for Self, Women Empowerment for Self-Employment, and also Witness is implementing that project. For the 2 weeks plus, we are on the street going into violent community. Like last time was on the Oro, and even yesterday we were at Lakpasi, Matadi, going to places involving people, telling them that how to be peaceful, more especially in election, and also at home to stay away from non-violence, because violence is not a right way to go. And we even engage people from house to house, telling them that if you are in this community and you encountering someone or your neighbor, keep throwing thought at you, and then at the end you want to make it big, like to cause problem. Problem is not a way to go violent. We won't solve problem in this nation. We need peace. What you should do is engage the older people or the older person around you. Tell them that this person continue to do this to me, and I don't like it. But I don't know why I did to them or what I done to them. So I want you to call the both of us to ask us. Then the person will call the both of you, and the person who wrong will tell their friend, no, never mind, and peace will reign. And also, we are been to the marketplaces, talking to people. Mostly, we are been in the ghettos, talking to the young people. We are the future leader of this country, and also to our political leaders. We are looking at them. We want to be them. We want to follow their footsteps. We are backing them. We are all watching them. The step that they will take, it should be the step that will live, that will make us to follow their footsteps. That if they are old, we can take over from them. That they will be proud that this youth of this have learned so and so from us. Despite your political parties you are from, but we are all Liberians.
Okay. So yeah, and Liberia, I would say the country is not just in Montserrat though. It's not just Liberia, not just Montserrat, not a Morovia. Indeed, you have to take this message out to other parts of this country. There, you have to reach it out. As you said, you listen to. I think you follow the issue that took place in Lofa County. There's other issues. Other issues occur. In other counties. During the first round, indeed, for the election. So these messages that you have to take out is so much important, not just in Montserrat. So I don't know how well you guys working towards it to get it across. Basson, Bombing, Lofa, Sando counted, Babudu counted. How are you guys working towards it?
We are all in the counties. Witness is in the counties. In Lofa, in Banga, in Bomi, Lofa is there. I mean, Witness is
Even
there.
in Magili.
Even in Magibi, even in Todi, Witness is there. So this message is going all over. And we are sure that the women out there are also giving the messages because this message was sent to them to talk about peace, to talk to the youth and the people of this nation in the rural area within Montserrat County and the rural area. So I know and I believe that the other women that are there are already doing the same that we are doing. They are carrying on the awareness. It's not only in Montserrat. So we pray that those that will listen to the message must follow the drum of the message. Because even if anything breakups today, we the women, we are vulnerable into it. So when the women goes out there, we know what we stand for. We stand for peace. We speak peace. And we see to it that peace will reign in this nation. And I want to say to our leaders out there, our political leaders, with all what they are doing, let them not forget our peace. Because when you play with our peace, you play with danger. Our peace is what we want. Our peace is what we need. And our peace is what we must get and get it now. So for everything they are doing, let them know that we need our peace.
What are some of the plans on hand after this, maybe that interview? What are some of the things you guys planning? What are some of the engagement that are going to continue?
We are going to continue carrying on awareness and visiting the various communities and the various areas that we know we're supposed to reach to continue speaking about peace and non-violence. And I say to our children out there, these people who say they are trying to harm or to destroy our peace, are their children in Liberia? No. Their family is not here. They don't have anyone here. But they try to poison the mind of our youth to raise up tension. Let our youth first of all think about themselves, their family, their sisters and brothers. If they cause this violence in this Liberia today, where would they go? Would they be standing there and see another man's raping or beating or starving their parents, their mother, their sisters or brothers in their eyes? Would they feel happy? So I'm saying to them today, I want them to open up their minds and first of all think about their own future tomorrow and their family. then they will be able to put Liberia first. Because if you think about your mother that gave birth to you to be seen before your eyes, being maltreated, and your sisters being raped by an unknowing person within your presence, and you can't do anything, then what will you say for tomorrow? I want them to say no to every advices or every intent that someone is trying to give to them. Any form of violence act that they are advised to do, let them say no to it. Let them say no to violence and yes to peace. Because tomorrow, this Liberia lies in the youth, in the hands of the youth. The future lies in their own hands for tomorrow. So I'm appealing to them today. And I'm saying to them, as a mother or grandmother and a sister or aunt, to every male and female out there, say no to violence and yes to peace.
Okay, Rosalind and Lokin and Beatrix, D. Johnson, the comes from now, um, like I said, the Women in Pigs Building Network. And this morning, right here on the TBX, sharing this platform with us folks indeed. So he said, right now, your next visiting area going to be where? Maybe you can just share with us quickly. Yeah.
Like for tomorrow, we will be having a program at the park to our office. Even we invite other people and even some other youth organization to join us.
Which one the park now? Yesterday park. Fish market. All right.
We'll be using the sport park to play game and also carry on play lights, also carry on drama. Our drama will be like another person will you, for example, you will be passing while you will see your friend and shake your hands, and at the end you ask your friend, "Mommy, where is my money? Because you took my money for almost 5 to 6 months. I can't see you, but today you pay my money." Then it will be like 40. Then some people will go in to make peace, and then we talk to each other. We shake hands. They will shake hands, and then make dialogue and reconciliation will take place, and they will forget about everything. We are doing that, and we are also doing a video to post it out there that other people may see it. And I want for people to follow our footsteps. We are the youth. For me, I was born 1999 September 4th. So I want other people to see we the youth that are in this organization, and we are learning from our mothers on the peace building network. We are learning from our mother in WebNet, because they are the one that want to follow their footsteps. So that everyone, we are calling on all Liberians to join us. All Liberian youth. It shouldn't be only our one. We are open to everyone. We are even recruiting other youth that are joining us every time. For second and Saturday and last Saturday is our meeting day. Our schedule is from 10. We are welcoming every youth of this nation to be a part of us, that we all should be the ambassador, peace ambassador for this nation.
Are there other stakeholders, maybe high profile guests you do expect tomorrow?
We are expecting a high profile guest, and also we will carry on when on our, we will even come up with our election. On that day of our election, we have other stakeholders, people that will come and also nurture, even those are want a Nobel Peace Prize, even those are build peace in Liberia. They are all will be there in order to nurture us, because we want to learn from them. We want to learn. We are the youth of this nation. We want to learn from them.
All right, folks.
We want to follow their footsteps. We want to be more than them, and we even want for our nation to be proud, because we all can build this nation together. Be it old or young, we are all Liberians. Be it political party or not, we are all Liberians. We should live in peace and harmony.
Okay, that's a good. So we have to go. Let's get to Beatrix. Manager Johnson to just close up on her end. Then before that, Rosie give us a parting comment.
Yes, I will want Liberians to know that peace is all we want. Be a political party, even the president should know that peace is what we want. And peace is what we stand for. Every candidate that put themselves into a political affairs should know that peace is what the Liberians want. No matter what happens, let them know that Liberia first, Liberia last.
Is it possible in terms of sharing content? Maybe there's some monitoring, but it's possible. So you can go ahead.
Tax is 0776 267301. I'm Beatrix D. Johnson from Whitnet, Wanep, Liberia.
Roslyn, let's say.
Yes. We all Liberians should know that above all, let us pray for peace in this country. We all should unite and ask God to help us because we cannot do this without the help of the Almighty One. So I'm telling everyone, here in your homes or at the mosque, we all should pray for this nation. Because at that junction, we need Christ. We need God to help us in this nation and talk to everyone mind and their everything that they are doing because God, He is the head. He sees everything that we do. So we all should be peaceful and pray to God for the peace of the nation and move our country forward. We can be like other countries that are developed. We are very blessed. Let God help us in order that we will use our natural resources wisely and that also we will be able to build our country that other people will run to us for help tomorrow.
Okay, so that's it. That thanks to Roslyn and Loken and Beatrix D. Johnson. They comes from the Women in Peace Building Network. Just on your time tomorrow in terms of the activities when you start tomorrow before that you leave.
Activities will start by 10 a.m. in the morning, will run up to 2 a.m. and to 3 p.m. in the afternoon hour.
All right, so
0881 008781.
take your time. You call that number again. Take your time.
0881 008781.
Okay, thanks so much. Thanks, Roslyn, and thanks to Madam Beatrice Johnson. The team, they come from the women. That's the Women in Pigs building network, sharing the platform with this morning on the TBS on the activities tomorrow and also what they are fully involved to into this lesson we are going through. Many things to Roslyn and things to Beatrice. Well, folks, that's it right here on the TBS indeed. And as we always say to you all, we go through the election. This is our country. You cannot be deported from this country on no condition. You cannot be deported from this country. This is our land. All right. So in all, it's just one day, November 14th. That one day will come, you pass. We have to continue with our life. We have to move on. We have to go. Things have to continue. Our children have to continue going to school. Normal activities have to move on. Investors, partners, you think have to come into this country to invest, they will have to come. So that we should not allow that one day on November 14th, indeed, to send us all the way back, in which is not going to happen. What strategy you think you can use? What you think you can put in place on your campaign team or for your campaign end? The message in which you think you can use to convince, to talk to the people, to vote for you November 14th, Ambassador Boakai, to vote for you, President Weah, November 14th is what? We use the first plan, the first idea, the first strategy was put in place the first 2 months, and we went to October 10. That was mixed name, different names were called. Slippage Road or Kush. It never work out because we're going for a runoff. So we have to think now, what can we use now to convince the Liberian people on November 14th. Well, thanks to the team, thanks to O'Neill, and thanks to Arthur, who's there behind the camera. For the folks who follow on Real TV to live, the TBX return tomorrow morning at 7:30. Don't forget to make sure that you be in contact with Micah Davis, right? We tell you that he's bereaved, so make sure that for those who have his number, keep hitting, keep checking on my guy. So on behalf of the rest of the team, my name is Ansu K. Sirleaf. Do have yourself a wonderful May week.